Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the EU Qualifiers Grand Final, of course, best of 5, Mouse Sports up against Planet Dog. Just saw game 2, we're now sitting at a 1-1 between these two sides. We've got a little bit of a new addition to the panel. Grant's going to... Grant.
Thank you. I thought you said welcome to the Grand Finals. I'm like, I'm not that important, but I appreciate it.
Hey! But here we are at EU Finals, Mouse Sports, Planet Dog. What are you thinking? I mean, we're at an even point at the moment.
I'm just going to say what I've always felt since Boston. I really never thought Mouse was that strong of a team, but now that I'm watching more and more, they feel a little bit like Team Freedom in the NA scene where they're running their own stuff and they're not worrying about, you know, maybe a counter pick here, counter pick there. They're just completely doing their own thing and it's working out for them. Yeah. I think that's a lot different than a lot of the other Dota teams are doing where they're trying to counter, you know, like, oh, they pick Lino, we're going to pick Quab, and they just counter pick every pick. Instead, they're doing their own thing. Yeah. And I enjoy it.
I was saying, well, exactly in that point, Thug, Queen of Pain just picks it straight up. Not many teams that would just pick a Quab pretty much as many times as they've won in the first opening picks without being worried at all. But we should be able to start the draft quickly. Just a bit of a reminder, though, for you beautiful ladies and gentlemen at home, if you've got some spare time and want to check out an exciting website we've got going on, big shout out to the boys at and girls at ePulse for supporting this hub. ePulse, of course, an amazing site. You can connect with other players and enables you to bet money on your game. So if you think you're good, you can test it out. There's competitive gaming on demand. You can compete for opponent's entry fee and stake to play challenges. There's 1v1s if you don't have any friends. There's 5v5s if you do have friends. I mean, if you do have friends, you can still play the 1v1s. There's weekly ladders, there's competitions, more prizes. They've got tournaments running from July onwards, so a lot of things to get involved in. There's a campaign during the summer season. You can win special cosmetics. There's maxgaming.com gift cards. If you're interested in any of that, which you should be, it's ePulse. Shout out to them, as I say. We wouldn't be able to do this kind of stuff without their sponsorship. You can check them out underneath the stream. Click on the banner. You don't even need to type anything. So be sure to check that out whilst we've got the draft going on, which we should have. It's just kicked off now, so we should be able to get it up on your stream. Yeah,
and if Reddit is as good as they all think they are, I mean, isn't that just easy money for them on ePulse?
Well, that's what it is.
We're just the greatest. 12,000 million MMR.
There we go.
Free money right there.
ePulse is going to make Reddit very rich.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And, oh, man, this is it. Game number 3. Obviously, there's 5 games, so it's not just all here. But remake. Oh, God, get out quick.
Get out.
There's no time.
Oh, boy.
Is there definitely?
Are you sure, Andy?
I don't want to leave. No, we're definitely going to remake.
It's just 12 disconnects. I don't know. They might come back. No, we did that, in the NA scene. We didn't notice, we're like, oh, they first banned AM and then first picked Pugna. And then we're like, oh, wait a minute. Son of a gun.
Come on, Owen. Get on your game.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I noticed because the draft had actually been on. And then it was on for like a minute and no one banned a hero. And I was like, this is awkward.
Surely it's not going to take that long to click Dark Seer.
Oh, you got to reconnect, Andy, because you're above me.
Right?
I'll be at the top. Andy, reconnect.
What? It doesn't matter.
It might do. You never know with Dota.
Oh, my goodness.
Quick, do it quick. Leave and rejoin, Andy. Oh, they're going to start without you. Oh, don't start without Andy. Now you're back in. We're good. So yeah, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It was a remake. Not quite sure why. Probably some setting maybe that was set wrong or something.
Yeah, or, one of the players maybe was in the restroom, accidentally clicked leave when he stood up.
Usually what happens is the admin hosts with the wrong first pick or something. Yeah. Or wrong side.
Oh, yeah.
That's
blaming the admin, huh, Andy?
You've done that before, Grant?
Yeah, but I mean, that's the biggest reason why people remake. I'm not saying,
he's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, felt like you were.
Everyone
but
makes
don't flame the TI7 admin, otherwise he'll drop that question mark.
That's true.
He'll drop it. He'll pull the question mark out. We've seen it many, many times before. But yeah, so Grant, that's you said as you said, with Mouse Sports team that will pretty much do what they want. Planet Dog, though, on the other hand, anything you feel that has been their strengths?
I think Swift Ending's probably been about their best player. He just needs to get. Yeah. The thing is, he's always gotten his farm. It's what he's done after he gets that initial 15-20-minute farm. I don't know if it feels like he likes playing heroes that do rotate, but sometimes he just doesn't rotate. I don't really know. I don't know if that's his call or if it's captain's call or who is the captain on that team? Sorry, he doesn't know.
I don't actually know.
It's not J4,
is
it? Okay.
I don't know who does all the shot calling.
I know J4 was on Power Rangers. I don't know if he's still doing it now.
I think J4 is the drafter. Yeah, it was, and I imagine
he's
shot call, even though it could be different. Of course, we do have teams where they have a different shot call, a different drafter.
Yeah, it's good to see. Speaking of J4, man, I remember watching him at TI2, TI3, and their qualifiers, Power Rangers. They were always such a fun team to watch. I'm glad he's still on this team. This kind of team that came out of nowhere now, just 2 games away, right?
I was super sad that Power Rangers never actually got to like
anywhere.
Yeah, they were always on the cusp.
Status. They were so close. It was like 4 Friends and Krill, right?
Yeah.
Like they always played like pretty good, but they were never at the top.
They were really close at TI3, the qualifiers, I think. But
yeah.
C'est la vie.
Oh. Tsunami, anything that you were expecting to see from this game 3?
I think Pro tried to mix it up. I think they were feeling themselves too much after their first 2 series of the day, their game 1 against Mass Sports of the day, and they're like, we're bulletproof. They go for something outside of what we've been seeing for them for at least today and yesterday. And I was skeptical at first, mainly just because I was unfamiliar with it. But, I mean, I'm sure they can pull the strategy off, but this is not the context or the time or the place to be experimenting. If you've got something that works, then if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So you don't want to see anything crazy from them? You don't want to see like a...
I mean, I would like to see it as a
But you don't think they should as a...
No,
if
you were trying
coach,
to win.
Like, oh, maybe you should go with the old Coddle... Something that doesn't go well with Coddle pick.
Coddle these days just doesn't go well with anything.
Exactly. Maybe you don't just pick it.
Yeah, right. I hope that they stay conservative.
No, I kind of agree. I mean, Terrorblade's one of those heroes where you think like, okay, it's fine, you know, to play Terrorblade because it's pretty straightforward. But if it's not something that you do a lot, then you can kind of bunk it up, I guess, is a way to put it.
It was definitely bunked last
We
game.
do have another draft.
We do. We're back in the lobby, and this time heroes are appearing on the screen, so we should be good to go as we get into our game 3.
Yeah.
And here we have it. Once again, Mouse Sports. It worked last game. Let's do it again. Queen of Pain and Treant. This time, Planet Dog will get the Jakiro in response to the Treant.
Dude, what is with all these DK bans? Does Thug just really not like the Queen of Pain DK matchup or something?
Maybe he just doesn't like being able to just constantly dominate the lane. With the DK, you're not really going to be, like, he's just going to, what, breathe fire, bottle crow. He's going to get his farm, he's going to get his levels. Maybe he wants to be able to outplay the other mid.
Maybe.
Well, if you judge it based on the first phase bans, since they're getting tree so often nowadays, DK is, like, amazing against
super
tree.
good against that.
Pop dragon form, you just kill the tower, like 100%. Same thing with Jakiro, really, but I guess it's a support versus a core role, and I think DK obviously incentivizes a team to push just that much more.
How heavily has Lena been favored in Europe?
Not
Not
at all.
really.
Well, at least
Not
not in these series.
Not with these teams, yeah.
And if you do see Alina, it's not in these teams again, but like in the region as a whole, it'll be 4th or 5th pick.
That's just strange, you know, because all these teams, they really do have those hero pools, and even though I really think Lena's probably one of like top 3 heroes in Dota right now, if they don't feel comfortable with it, you don't know how to play around and play with it. Like you said, you don't want to.
Top 3.
Oh, easily.
That's a very high claim.
I know.
Doesn't lose middle lane. Is probably a top 2 hero late game, right? Her level 25 talent is fucking nuts.
It is pretty
that's-
insane.
What's the stance on carry Venomancer in NA?
Oh, it's picked up all the time and it loses all the time. That's literally how it is. It's
okay.
Moo plays it mostly on complexity. I think they played it like 6 times and it's won once. He farms. Literally 40 minutes of farm, does not go to fights. I wouldn't put it all on him because, I mean, a captain could make a call, you should come to a fight, but it just loses a lot. We see it a ton. It doesn't work, though, at all. Has it worked in Europe? Or are they just not really?
More often than we'd like.
Yeah, it's worked quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, from what you're saying, it's a little bit different. They don't play. I mean, they obviously do farm.
Yeah.
But what they do sometimes is they'll transition from like their lane to the enemy safe lane, set up wards, kill the tower, you know, buy your veil, use poison over in team fights and stuff like that. They're pretty proactive, I would say. Even if the playstyle of Veno in general is like, what's a word that I can use to politely describe something that makes me physically nauseous?
Nauseous.
That's fair. But yeah, it's as someone who plays Dota, watching Veno, you just kind of feel, eh.
Yeah. Because, right, you jump onto him, he's just going to cast ult, and then, well, there you go. He either runs, you kill him, or everything just dies, whatever.
In regards to the Lina, though, that we were talking about, I know that Kaiser has played Lina.
Yep.
Okay.
I wish they would. That's such a. It just feels like such a good hero. That the Dragon Slave spam early is insanely good.
I think one of the main reasons why maybe Planet Dog don't play it as much is because they typically pick Kaiser a hero that is kind of standalone. Like Puck is a really good example. You don't have to really help the Puck's lane. The Puck is always going to do okay. And Swift Ending always picks these really weak laning phase heroes like Slark and other stuff that kind of needs the help. So you can't have like a weak safe lane and a mid laner that's also very gankable.
Yeah.
You leave yourself very susceptible to just getting ran over.
Have we talked about the about Kaiser fighting up against his old team? Was he kicked from that team, or did he leave back when he was on London Conspiracy?
I think he.
Because man,
I
he
want to
missed out
say
on
he
that
was
boat.
kicked. I think.
Yeah, interesting.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long
like,
time ago,
what,
but
1
still.
or 2 years ago. 2 years, maybe.
I don't actually
2 or
remember.
3. It was 2 or 3. It
was a long
But that's to feel
time
bad,
ago.
right? These guys just got second at Boston. They've been qualifying for a ton of lands. He's probably looking at this. He's like, okay, grats. You got invited to Boston. You got invited to all this. Let's be real. TI's it's top heavy just for that one tournament. You get to that tournament, who cares about the other 4 lands they went to? That'd feel great.
There's only one thing right now, I think, going through Planet Dog's mind. God, I wish they didn't ban Darkseer.
Yeah, but you can't be surprised at the same time.
Only hopeful, and maybe
Only
a little bit
hopeful.
spiteful.
Only like if Planet Dog just like blew the lid off with Terrorblade and they're like, oh geez, we really got to start banning like Ogre Magi now or something just because that combination was just too good. No. So far, Mouse Sports have nothing better to do than to ban out Darkseer.
Oh, Lycan. Breaks over Mouse Sports. Showing their position 1 here in the 4th pick. Like in the other games where they did leave it to last. Planet Dog themselves still needing that secondary, oh sorry, no, it's the offlane. They still need 3/3's hero. And it is going to be the Bat Rider. They take that up for themselves this time round.
They did it again. They picked it into a Legion Commander.
That's true. Yeah, this is the second time they did. They
oh,
did.
wait, no.
No,
Wait,
no,
so that was the other way around. That was
It
the other way
was
around. And
Mouse,
actually,
yeah.
that ended up working for Mouse. So
Yeah, it did.
maybe they were like, well, if you can pick Bat into our Legion, we're going to pick Bat into your Legion.
It's also, on paper, an easier Bat Rider game because he's not
Yeah.
playing into a Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the Night Stalker to help out with that vision, jumping forward.
Because they had Night
Yeah.
Stalker and Legion last game.
You
Yeah.
could still pick up a Nyx on Mouse Sports.
Yeah, Nyx is there, isn't it? Something to help catch that Ember
But
Spirit.
Treant Nyx, like you would.
Is that not?
It doesn't feel like you'd get much done in lane. I know the buff to Nyx's level and stun is great, but
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
so much value from Carapace though in this game.
there
Yeah.
is.
Is there anything that you can even do against a Bat Rider no matter what support you pick, though?
No, I guess I'm.
You could pick Oracle.
I don't know. I don't think Mouse play
Jesus,
that.
I've never heard of someone campaigning so much in this past series. Have you secretly just been an Oracle lover this whole time?
No.
You're hustling me?
You know how long it took me to learn his ability names?
Oh, no.
Took me
you,
like a
you
year.
and literally every caster.
Yeah.
What is it? It's Fortune's End is Q for sure.
Yeah,
W is
Fate's
Fate's
Edict.
Edict.
Fate's
Yeah.
Edict, Purifying Flames,
Purifying
E,
Flames.
and then
False Promise.
I would love whenever I'm watching a cast and like you hear the caster say, and he uses the, and then he hovers over the spell name, and he uses the false promise to save his life.
See, that's where I go with the hotkeys. I'm
To
sure
be
it's
fair,
not right.
like compared to all the other heroes in the game who have like simple names for abilities,
yeah,
all that stuff. I mean, I know it's lore-wise accurate to the hero,
of course.
but still,
I don't know.
and the
Everyone
names make
adapted
sense
very
as
well
well.
to Slardar's changes. Like everyone, it's like you flipped a switch and everyone's like corrosive haste. That's the stuff.
Wait, what?
yeah, because
His
it's
old's
not
corrosive haze?
it's not Fortune's
I thought that was like
End.
Viper's old.
No,
I'm just kidding.
that's
No, he's got corrosive. There's corrosive skin.
Oh.
There was corrosive skin, corrosive haze. Is there corrosive armor or something?
no.
No, just the 2 corrosives.
Oh, I like the Disruptor ban, though. Even though Bat Rider can
Yeah,
kind of
it's good
bully him
against
as
the
well
ban.
as Night
I
Stalker,
think
the
you're thinking
Vision.
of Corruption, which is the Desolator passive. Name.
Oh yeah, you've got yeah. A few colors.
Hmm.
Planet Dog, what do they take here for their big boy, for Swift Ending?
I do want to say, Vogt says he thinks Ember is one of the most garbage cores right now, and he's really surprised
I'm
teams
not
are
a
picking
fan.
it.
Yeah. This is the first time we've seen it in
Okay, he just
today.
I think that it goes kind of in the line of what I was saying earlier, that they want to give Kaiser a hero that can do stuff.
yeah.
So Swift Ending can get a core that maybe is a little bit more on the greedy side, or at least needs like 15 minutes or so to get going.
And what do you want to see? You just think it's going to be like the Veil bots build that everyone goes?
Pretty much
Maybe.
has been, really.
I mean, it's really good synergy with his lineup. He's got a Bat Rider and a Jakiro. It's a ton
But
of
you have
magic
to deal
damage
with a
already.
Legion, though.
That's true, yeah. And one of the games in NA, he went bots Solar Crest. They lost.
Really?
Of course.
Wow, that
Yeah,
sounds-
bots
I've been
Solar
seeing
Crest.
I've been seeing a lot of Blade Mail Solar Crest as well.
Yeah,
against
I think
some,
Blade Mail's
some
really good on
lineups.
that hero.
Yeah, I think it's a good build for this game.
I know Envy goes that.
Oh, okay. So Mouse Sports, well, they only have a support really to pick up
I
in
mean,
reaction.
in my opinion, Nyx is still even like more valuable.
Yeah,
now.
Nyx is great here. I feel.
Oh, wait up. This is where you pull out the cool beans support invoker.
What-
Or
well,
the Chen.
or the
whatever.
Chen, or the Chen.
Or the Chen.
Or
I mean,
the
that's
Chen,
what I was
or
going
the
to say
Chen.
next. I was going to say that next.
Dude,
tomato,
yeah.
tomato, really.
They say
Wow.
that, you know, Chen's ult isn't as good as Lycan's.
But
How?
if you
But
have
if you have
both
both,
of them,
My
my
God.
goodness, the balance
do
is
you know how much
OS
heal there
frog
is?
and a half.
There's living armor, there's press the attack, there's howl, and there's hand of God.
All the heals.
Dude, that's insane.
There's
That
something
is-
else too about Chen, and more specifically, I guess Wraith King. They have to remember, awful laner, like just
Yeah.
awful. If you pressure that hero at all, like he's already a Wraith, but he is like dead beyond being dead. He doesn't do. He has mana for like 2 stuns. He's like Sven, except worse base armor. He doesn't have like a utility spell like Warcry. He is like the most susceptible to being aggroed and ran at, I think, of any
So
of
why'd
the
they
cores
pick
that we've
him?
seen.
Because
Do you
that's a
think?
Swift ending style thing. I mean, I don't
It's
think
a
Swift
him
ending
hero?
play
Yeah.
it, but
I mean,
with his style, it definitely kind of matches up.
Yeah.
Isn't it good, like, in terms of core v core against the Lycan? In the sense that Lycan during
If
his ult
you-
could probably only kill the Wraith King once?
If you forget that the laning phase exists,
Yes.
then
If you assume you get to the same point in the mid-game, then...
it is a hero.
I don't know.
Also, freaking his aura is completely useless this game.
I don't know.
What is
I think
Vampiric
it's,
Aura
I don't
supposed
think.
to
I
do?
think you guys are underselling it. I don't think it's that bad at all.
I'm not underselling
Okay.
it. Your
Just-
your analysis of what he does during the mid game is correct if he
He
is
gets-
allowed
okay.
to get items. If he doesn't get items, he is going to be useless.
And look at how much, like,
Okay.
look at how much map movement and vision the Radiant has. With Treant being invis, the Chen moving around the map, you're always gonna have to be scared of either. If you don't have wards up, you can't do
Wolves.
anything on the map at all. Wolves as well, Night Stalker, nighttime. Like,
All right, Grant, walk me through it. You're safe lane Wraith King. What's your game plan?
hope you try lane, and because they see 3 heroes, people just leave the lane, and you get a free lane, and you farm like 2 items, and then you lose in the mid game.
All right.
Shouldn't you win in the mid game? Isn't that why they picked the Wraith King?
Yeah, but it's a Wraith King. Look who he's into. He's Wraith King into a quab, not going to do anything. You're definitely going to see 1 or 2 Halberds this game. It ruins Wraith King and Lycan. Both teams should pick it up. That item's just owned this game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one saving grace is that Planet Dog have incredibly strong supports. Like, Jakiro in his own right is super strong, Night Stalker is super strong. I just don't really feel like they have the heroes to deal with Chen. Like, there's no CM, there's no Witch Doctor to deal with the creeps.
Well, I'm going to let you and Owen and maybe Tsunami, I don't know,
Yes,
figure it out because deuces.
What is
Later.
deuces?
Peace out.
He's
I
out.
thought that was NA for something rude.
Oh, well,
Well,
that's just
Like-
deuce.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
well,
I'm-
it's very honestly, Grant, you have to just sully our cast one of those silly words. But thanks, Grant. Bye, Grant. We're here indeed. It's myself, Draskell, and Tsunami for this amazing Game 3. Mouse Sports versus Planet Dog. We kind of said before we're going to see something a little bit different. The Spartan Chen, I think, certainly counts as one of that.
I think Chen's actually crazy good right now.
You think?
I'm surprised.
I mean,
really?
yeah, I do.
he was
Because-
seen as pretty bad
I'm
for a
not fan.
period.
So, here's the thing. People obviously open supports first all the time. And you see a matchup where you pick some like specific offlaner, like let's say Darkseer for example. Enemy team picks like Disruptor. You pick Chen into that. That Disruptor doesn't have a game. Like his game is over because you send a creep to his lane and he goes, "Oh, this creep's actually better than me until I'm like level 7." So you pressure the lane a tremendous amount with very little in the way of investment. You don't need a lot of items. You can like your transition into the mid game isn't fantastic, but Penitence is always like a very useful spell because of damage amplification. You can send people home. There's a lot actually that you can do on a Chen that I feel that people undervalue. I mean, I'm an awful Chen player,
Yeah.
just awful. Like if you watch me play Chen, you'd probably just tell me to not ever play Dota again. But I think the hero has a lot of potential.
But how often do you draft supports that, like, Chen more than most other supports, I say, does not get better as the game goes longer? Whereas,
No,
like,
I agree.
As a disruptor, you like, initially you suck, but then Glimpse gets a few points, and then you suddenly things start looking like you're a hero. But Chen, the first 15 minutes are great because you are not Chen. You are a centaur, or you are a dark troll warlord, or you are a creep, but you're a heavy creep. But heavy creeps become really useless later on.
No, that's definitely accurate. I think it's just about if you play a good game and you have solid rotations with the way that people are picking, at least in the EU qualifier, and the kind of push potential that most lineups have, you should get a lot of map control from just getting that good first 15 minutes. And if you can hold on to that map control after the fact, then you're looking good.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Is it again? Well, mainly the Wraith King is what I'm more concerned about, I have to say, because It is still outside of the wheelhouse that I've seen Planet Dog play, but at least it's not as... Oh, punch. Nice. Man, 33 is having a very unpleasant game.
Fortunately, it has boots, so we'll just be able to walk it off.
The other lanes, what we've got mid lane, very even at the moment between Kaiser and Thug. But yeah, both teams, running this aggressive trial. And is there a team that's who's trying to dodge who? Who's ended up with a better position?
Oh, they don't want the Chen to find Swift Ending. That's like I think probably one of the worst things that could happen. 2 base armor. He's got a lot of HP, but if he gets ran at by creeps, he's definitely going to be suffering.
Oh man, these golems are so great. You split it as soon as you dominate a lane creep.
But at the same time, Milan has got an invis rune, so that's going to catch Spartan a little off guard. That's the first boulder indeed, bringing Kaiser down low. He is going to get the 2 more boulders if that golem does go down. He's keeping it on top of Kaiser. There's the second 2. We'll see if he gets them going, but he's got to worry about his own hero. As Milan and J4 come forward, looking to force Spartan back. Thug as well getting pressurized. So a good job really for Planet Dog that they had Milan and J4 quick with the reaction.
Yeah, that was a mistimed rotation. If Chen was able to walk into a lane...
oh my god.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. If Chen was able to walk into a creep wave the same time that he was going in for that mud golem rotation, then he could have persuaded the lane creep, immediately split it, and you saw how much damage that did to him.
Yeah, that creep in particular is crazy strong. But this is the kind of lane pressure that you want from a Chen. He's going to allow... the Ember versus Queen matchup is really tricky because Queen wins the lane from like levels 1 to 6, but as soon as the Ember gets Fire Remnant, you can just solo kill the Queen if the Queen's not careful enough. So I like the fact that he's rotated MNT in the meantime, just dead zone.
Spotted out, revealed himself here by the tower, and immediately Milan comes across with the TP reaction, brings the vision to the fight, and they secure themselves first blood, Planet Dog. Meanwhile as well, bottom lane, Swift Denny, he is having an absolutely untouched time down here. He's top of the CS. No issue at all as Mouse Sports are just leaving this Wraith King be in these first 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's not something they seem to care about too much, which...
Should you?
I don't know. I haven't seen Wraith King in a while, so I'm not sure of like what the go-to build is. You used to see people buying like Radiance, stuff like that.
Midas Radiance, yeah.
You had your Armlet Blink, Maelstrom meta as well. There was a lot of different iterations of how you built this hero. So Swift Ending being a very, what's the word? Eclectic, maybe?
Yeah, okay, I can agree with that.
He was kind of like the old Illidan. He would play random heroes and do random things. So we'll see what he does.
Now 3-3, finding Spartan. Does have Milan here as well. Spartan in a lot of trouble as 33 just goes straight up with the Firefly, forcing the Chen back. A couple of stacks of napalm upon him as they chase him down. MNT is there. Spartan kept alive for a little bit of time thanks to the Howl, but can't get up there. Shrine still unavailable for 9 seconds anyway. They will punish the bat in response as mass TPs come through from Mouse. So 1 for 1, and getting the offlaner Mouse will be the slightly happier side there. Did cost them quite a bit of a reaction, and of course going to free up this bottom lane even more as there's now nobody down here on the side of Mouse. This whole area of the map has just been left for the time being, giving Swift Ending all the space in the world. The build-wise, looks like we're not going to see any sort of Midas Radiance shenanigans straight up. It is going to be the battle build, the treads into Armlet that he's looking for. Mid lane, that's going to be where the heavy focus is at the moment. 3 members of both sides. Spartan looking for the wraparound, throws down the clap and the Satire Blast, and with the Scream, they'll get it. Milan taken down. Thug granted the kill. Top lane, 33 coming in again onto Madara. MNT is there as well, so 33 can't get too aggressive. Skylark going to make the long walk back towards the bottom lane, but he simply is a level 4 Legion up against what is now a level 6 Wraith King with the reincarnation available. Top lane, MNT moves in onto 33, but Milan is there. Spartan's come in with the wraparound, does have the creeps as well, throws down the blast, but 33 knocks them back with the flame break. Madara with 4 sticky napalm stacks upon him. He is going to look to get the kill potentially. Oh, Madara tries to bring down 33, but 33 survives. Up on the high ground, the Root is there to hold back Milan. J4's there, throws down the fire, burns through Madara, but the living armor is enough to keep him alive. It's not. Finally falls, but does bring down the Night Stalker with him. 33 still alive, pops the 1 charges. Again, trying to knock them away with the flame break, but Thug blinks forward. Came in with the rotation, does find the trade as he takes down the bat in response to losing the Lycan. And now with some creeps up here, they could try and put some pressure. Well, the tier 1 is already gone. J4 does get the deny.
That's the influence of the Chen.
That's the influence of Chen and Howl, actually.
Yeah, yeah, that too. That is something that we kind of neglected to mention.
True.
Is just the Howl and how good it is with a Chen, or anything really with
summons.
Any summon, yeah. It's going to allow you to just kill a tower crazy fast.
So overall, the pressure's certainly working out in that sense. Mid lane, though, Madara's come across. He's in trouble. Crippling Fizz there. The Flame Break, not too ideal. It doesn't bump him straight back into their hands. And that's going to mean there's time for a reaction. Skylark TP's across. Yet to hit 6, though. So doesn't really have lockdown for a kill. Just providing the safety for Madara to be okay in that situation. Top lane J4. In the neighborhood as well as Thug. Thug does have Sonic Wave to go.
Freaking Howl, dude. This is like... Planet Dog want to be so aggressive right now, but they can't because every single time you show up to a lane, all Lycan needs to do is hit W, and your only real solid damage dealer is Wraith King, and he's off farming right now.
Yeah, but he is getting absolute free farm. You know what I mean? This Swift ending, not missing a creep as it seems.
The thing that to me is even more scary is once the Hand of God is online, you're getting, what, 625 HP during nighttime between the Howl and the Hand of God? That is actually nuts.
Plus all those heals that we mentioned earlier.
Oh, here we go. The double Hellbear bringing Swift Ending down low. MNC and Skylark trying to chase him down. They don't have that level 6, but it looks like they won't need it. Swift Ending taken down once. J4 is there with the reaction. The rest of Planet Dog on the way down as well. They'll look for the Ray Fire Blast onto Skylark. TP coming through from Madara. Pops the ultimate form. The Legion will just survive thanks to the living armor. Remnant 4 from Kaiser does finish off the kill. Sonic Wave out onto 2. Kaiser falling down low again with the Remnant Burst and the Slider Chains. Takes a second. Double kill for Milan. They're not done yet. They're moving in for more. The silence on Thug, holding him in place. Swift Ending looking for the vision for the stun. He's got it. Lays down the Ray Fire Blast. Takes down the Queen of Pain as well. MNT, can he finish off Swift? Swift getting so low thanks to the nuke of Spartan. They will punish the Wraith King for the dive. The rest of them now on the way out. A bit of a scrappy fight there. Skylark still going down at the start, man. He didn't get any XP out of that, so he didn't have any sort of level 6 to catch them out on the way back out. But as we saw there, very hectic fights. 2 for 3 trade. So overall, Planet Dog do come out on top.
Yeah, there was no Hand of God, unfortunately. I think Thug was like 1 mana short of blinking or something like that, and then he got the Arcane Boots from Spartan a tiny bit late. Wasn't able to get away. I think if he had been able to get out, then it probably would have been alright overall for an exchange in regards to what Mouse get out of it. But yeah, Planet Dog, all they really lost was a reincarnation cooldown, I guess. And they lost the Ember too, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Well, all things said, and 6 for 6, it's... I mean, the numbers show it very close, but you feel with one of the lineups that you're happy with the way this has gone? Like, will one of the sides expecting to do better in this opening 10 minutes?
I think you're happy if you're Dog right now.
Yeah,
yeah, you are.
Chen is going to start falling off. As weird as it sounds, seeing as how it's only 10 minutes into the game, it's still true, because that's just the nature of the hero. He's not going to be able to find very much farm on this map, because you have to deal with a Queen of Pain, a Legion Commander, and a Lycan, who are all great at farming the jungle, so you're not even going to be able to have easy times finding creeps either.
Yeah, it's very true.
Smoke up from Spartan and Thug as they go straight down towards the bottom. They know that their reincarnation will still be on cooldown, and this is a good time to abuse it. Maybe see if they can even get the Joker, but oh no, they thought he was on the right. He does juke them initially. They may still be able to get him with the massive creeps. No, there's going to be time for TP reactions to come in. They get the lasso, dragging back Skylark. Skylark with the heal, trying to back off. They do finish off the Wraith King as they move forward with the Hand of God, now looking for more. Skylark being chased down, still alive for the time being, gets rooted up by the Searing Chains. Skylark, will he fall? One more touch will do it. There we have it. Kaiser, Remnants forward, finishes off the kill. 1 for 1 at the moment. Spartan, not quite enough damage to finish off Milan, but Madara does get the double as he catches out the bat on his retreat. And moving over towards the shrine, a little bit deeper from Mouse, fighting around the shrine hill. Not really what you want to be doing, as MNT will pay the price for it as they take him down. So the reaction from Planet Dog in time to get those 2 kills, and already off the back of just a bit of an awkward start to the fight there as Swift Ending kind of inadvertently jukes them as Mousesports jumps straight across him and searched the wrong side of the lane for the Wraith King.
Yeah, I think he was like going for a pull or something, and then they all just kind of walked past him. And the creeps spotted him out, but I don't
think... The Centaur didn't stomp.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think Spartan actually saw him until it was too late. Maybe he was like looking in the side shop area or something to see if he was juking in that area instead.
Oh, bottom lane, putting the pressure on. 20 seconds until he has that reincarnation available again. Lots of backup, but a big wraparound coming in from mouz. Can they bring him down before he has the ult back up? 15 seconds, he has the armlet, but there's the duel and the Sonic Wave. They take down Swift Ending, moving on for more. Skylark and Thug jump forward, gets the double kill as they burst down Jakiro. Perfect fight for mouz there. Clean 2 kills. No punishment in return from the side of Planet Dog, and they do get that bonus damage secured for Skylark.
I think Swift Ending should go to the jungle now. I mean, like, Reincarnation is back up, but you are, like, there's way too much pressure that mouz is applying right now, and they're getting away with it every single time. As the one position of Swift Ending, like, he's not playing the kind of hero that can participate in these fights early on and be useful. At least when Reincarnation's on cooldown.
Yeah, if he has his ult, I think it's okay. Because he can, like, throw a stun. If they do go on him, then it's kind of setting up for even, like, a bat lasso. Right. Everyone's going to be so slow from the respawn of the Wraith King that you can just go in. I mean, the other nice thing about their lineup is that they have Jakiro level 7 already. So level 4 Liquid Fire on J4 means this tower is just dead. Like, mouz have no intention of defending it at all. They've already left, gone towards mid.
Here we go. Onto the mid lane indeed. mouz looking for the tier 1. Will be the straight trade. It's Planet Dog.
They need to be careful about this, mouz. It's going to take a lot longer. Okay, they're not going to TP. I guess the Wraith King TP bottom, so they can't TP mid as well.
Line has been drawn, as they are going to head up towards that top tier 2 as well. The creep wave coming nicely over for mouz, thanks to Thug, pushing it out. They'll look for the trade. Planet Dog sticking to their guns on the bottom lane, moving forward on their mouse's own tier 2. And we'll see if anyone can get back for any sort of a defense. Their top tier 2 already down to half health. The push certainly going to be quick and swift from the Wraith King and J4's Dragon. As both teams just letting these towers go. TP will come through from the Night Stalker, but the tower's already gone. No chance for Milan to get his head stuck in, and in fact with a TP back, MNT is there. This push certainly a lot slower from Planet Dog. If he gets some extra numbers, he could look to try and set something up. Hasn't quite got the mana for the overgrowth. It's very nearly there though. Trying his best to keep it alive with the living armor. No one else TPing down though, so at the end of the day, the tower will still be taken as Planet Dog find it, and Swift Ending here going fully in on this ready to fight build with the Deso.
I'm super surprised that mouz just gave those two, well, gave the tier 2 up. You have a Treant on your team, and you just traded 2 for 2 towers.
Against a team with superior late game.
Yeah.
That is, yeah, it's normally not something that you do, but at the same time, with a Chen lineup, I feel like you're kind of forced to make those trades. Because if you don't go for the tier 2 and you just go back and defend your own tower, and then later on the Chen creeps become more and more worthless, it's like you're on this kind of timing window where if you don't take those towers now, taking them later is going to be even harder.
That's true, but at the same time you still have a Lycan. And
yeah, I guess.
Lycan doesn't really care what stage of the game it is, especially with the... Whoa.
Yeah, Thug being gone on a little bit by the Night Stalker. mouz will come towards the mid to hold out the defense. This is going to be a full-on push from Planet Dog though, with the 5 members ready to fight. Swift Ending, of course, with the reincarnation feeling very confident. The fire will start to burn through the living armor. There's the Wraith Fire Blast connection. They'll lay down the ultimate. Macropar doing huge amounts of damage here to Skylark, and Skylark, he can't walk himself out of there. He's down. Badara with the ultimate, trying to chase them down. The Ice Path again holds them back. They'll turn with the Sonic Wave onto 2, but it's not quite enough damage to get the kill. And Madara and Thug have to head back up to the high ground, looking to shrine up. Swift Ending comes in. They'll get themselves a second as they find out Spartan. The sentry is dropped. M&T just out of range, but they've got the dust. Chains connect from Kaiser, and they find a third. Planet Dog moving in thick and fast on the middle lane, taking 3, should easily be able to get the tier 1 as well. And they are starting to turn up the heat quite literally with this Jakiro Ember Spirit combo. And mouz Sports don't seem too great at holding off pushes like this.
Well, Chen is not really a good defensive hero in the sense that he doesn't really defend against pushes. Like, the creeps can be annoying, but the later the game goes, the worse they are for being able to halt aggression. He's better at pressuring lanes and being the one who's pushing. Like, whenever Chen is on the offensive, I think is when he's at his strongest. You can still send people home, you know, pop Hand of God, stuff like that, buy your mech. But Yeah, in regards to defending towers, he's just very bad.
In terms of items, Kaiser on the way towards that Yules. Orchid very nearly done on Thug. A few hundred and the rest of the people will be in his pocket. Skylark's only got the Blink Dagger as well, 2k upon himself. And in terms of Blink for 33, he is just a little further away. A few hundred gold to go. Did get a whiff of MNT being in the neighborhood and does in fact have a dust. The chains are going to connect and this should be a kill. They'll knock him back into the range of the dust. And MNT caught out by 33 and Kaiser. No help from his friends, of course. Too deep on enemy's territory. They'll put the howl, but it's not enough to save the tree. As Planet Dog pick up another and starting to get some momentum going their way.
What's my boy Swift ending up to?
Nearly has the death, so very, very close.
Well, there is actually one thing that Lifesteal does this game. Allows you to take Roshan really easily.
That is very true. Because aside from that, they have a terrible Roche lineup. Jakiro helps somewhat, but only in the context of having a Wraith King on your team.
Yeah, the Wraith King pick, I thought they were going to punish it more in the lane. Like, I thought that was the purpose of the Chen pick.
They left him alone. I don't think Chen even went down there once.
Literally alone.
Yeah.
Like, no one from either team was in his lane, which is very surprising. I mean, I can understand wanting to pressure the Ember a bit because you want your Queen to stay ahead of that hero. Otherwise, it can become a liability having the Queen like die because Searing Chains plus like triple Remnant gank is really good, and there's a Night Stalker as well. So I get that, but yeah, leaving Swift Ending alone for as long as they have is a little bit strange for sure.
They are going to head over.
What level is Wraith King?
He's level 12. He does have that second point in the ult.
Excellent.
Shorter cooldown. It's going to be nice in the long run. Has the Deso brought out to him. I mean, Mouse are coming over with this smoke, but having to kill a Wraith King twice so close to his own towers, it's a tricky affair. They'll see a better pick-off mid. They jump in with the duel and get the quick kill onto Jakiro. Swift Ending will TP over in reaction. Gets the double purple balls to the face as he is pushed back. Blink Dagger now done on the Bat Rider.
All right, so the Chen's got some super useful creeps now. Alpha Wolf and the Ogre Frost Mage, those things are super value.
Yeah, especially now that this Desolator has come online.
It's pretty much the best part of Chen once like the first 20 minutes of the game is over, is that
bring me auras.
Yeah, you just get all the aura creeps. Like, I've even seen people get like Taskmaster and stuff like that. Just
for sure.
Speed.
Lycan's very happy right now.
And time to group up and gear up for these pushes on Mouse. But it is going to be contested. Look at this wraparound from Planet. Kaiser has the fail, has the Yules. He's going to feel very confident going in straight up. Madara pots the shapeshift. In fact, the Orchid, but the Yules immediately counters it. He's going to be okay for the timing. Overgrowth does hold back the rest of Planet Dog. They have the duel. They're controlling Kaiser. Sonic Wave flies down to 3. They've taken down the Ember Spirit. The Dog in trouble as Lycan surrounded. Ray Fire Blast chases him down. Do have the connection. Ice Path to follow through as well. They take the Lycan. But at the same time, they lose the bat on the sidelines. 2 for 3 though overall. Planet Dog coming out on top. Milan seeing if he can chase down for more. He's got vision on Skylark, gets the Void connection. J4 and Swift Ending coming in as well. They should be able to make this a 4 for 2 unless Skylark could do some big old juice. He gets the blink off into the trees, and he's done it there. Very sweet. I think he went for the backpack trick to make sure he could get that blink off. It certainly worked out as he does save his life. So both teams taking casualties, but amongst it all, Swift Ending survives. Off the back of that, he's very close to having his own Blink Dagger. Lycan loses his life again.
That was a really strange engagement. I thought that, like, I didn't actually see what happened to Skylark during the fight. Slug is going to be jumped on here, but
I was thinking of turning. Skylark does have a duel available. MNT in the neighborhood as well. Thug just jumps into the middle of them all. With the nuke as well from Skylark, they just blow the Night Stalker straight up.
A nice little pick. That bottom fight, though, how did he get... Okay, he got Wraith King stunned.
Yep.
Then he got full duration lassoed. Then he got Ice Pathed again and Wraith King stunned, and there was no press the attack.
No, he was too far away
it's
from the rest of
because
the team.
what happened was Legion Commander was on the right side next to the Queen of Pain, and initially Ember just like went straight downtown and got his Searing Chains off. And Queen of Pain and Legion Commander were just like sitting there, and then immediately Jakiro put a Macropyre, and so Legion Commander was like, well, you're sitting in a Macropyre now, I'm going to duel you. And so his entire time was just spent dueling the Ember.
That's why he didn't get dispelled.
Yeah. Because
they just owned Madara that fight.
Yeah.
Dust onto MNT once again in a world of trouble. 33, Amalan final. I say that. Playing it cool, doesn't even need the lasso. Trusting J4 to get that Ice Path out in time, and he sure does. Planet Dog, 16-14. This game proving to be very close at the moment between the two sides. Movement forward for Kaiser Skylark. They did have vision of him initially. Didn't actually go for the straight up duel. As maybe did he not quite reveal himself out the invis there, I think? It looked like he had the chance. Maybe he was worried about this backup being there for Planet Dog. As yeah, he didn't quite have the whole lineup there to back him up. Thug was down on the bottom lane.
It's going to be super fast. Oh, that crit.
They can contest it potentially. They are smoking up. They are making their way straight towards it, but you're right, it's quick. Yeah, if he keeps getting crits like this, there is not going to be the chance for Mouse Sports as much as they wish. Skylark is so down close. The Ice Path comes out, but it's already gone. Dyer take the Roche kill, pick up the Aegis onto Kaiser. Sonic Wave comes out onto 3, but the root's there onto Skylark. Lasso controlling Thug as well. They've lost the Legion Commander. Thug does get the blink out just in time. Can he actually get himself away from this? The Living Armor healing him back up. 3-3 continues to chase. Thug has another blink. He's certainly creating space as the whole team of Planet Dog are chasing him down. And I don't think they can quite catch him. He does not have a TP though.
Whoa.
And in fact, okay, with the silence, they find him. 33 Milan chasing down into the tree line. And again, continue to increase this lead that Planet Dog are starting to get over Mouse Sports' lineup.
Yeah, and the more stuff like this that happens, as Tsunami was saying earlier, the Chen is going to become a lot less effective.
Oh, there's a Chen in this game?
Yeah, pretty much. At this point, I would say that that is an accurate assessment. I don't know, it just didn't feel like... Oh, MNT. Gets killed there. I mean, there's a lot of issues this game, though. I think another one is like how good Bat is against Tree in general.
Yeah.
Like, you lasso that target, you can't really Living Armor it anymore. You're very dependent of vision.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
Madara's just thrown himself in it. He's going to be used up. They're looking to body block him as well, and he's going to be straight up dead. Lycan came in from the back trying to do something, but they had the ward. They knew he was coming in from that angle, and they just reacted immediately. He is now down for 40 seconds, and with this time and space, Planet Dog find themselves an easy tier 2 takedown.
Yeah, unfortunately, mid is pushed out pretty far, so don't think they'll be able to get the mid tier 2 off that, but at the very least, they'll be able to get the lane equilibrium going in their favor, get the lane pushing past the river. It's all about pressure now. You know, Planet Dog, all they really need to do is just keep applying it, make sure that the Chen lineup doesn't get any more towers. Seems like it's a pretty okay path to victory for them.
Yeah, as we saw on the net worth, they're starting to get that lead very sharply. So the last few minutes has just been Mouse Sports dying over and over again. 6k gold lead coming up. BKB is now there on Thug, so between the BKB... Well, actually, no, sorry, didn't get the Yules this game. I mean, is there a reason why he gets the BKB instead of the Yules?
Well, he rushed Orchid.
Yeah.
So you can't really go like Orchid Yules against that team because the BKB is just too good. It gives you too much value against the damage and the sheer amount of control. So like if you try to self-Yules yourself against just a Night Stalker, it's fine. But you have to remember that you're setting yourself up for a potential Ice Path, a Searing Chains. You know, there's a lot of spells that you can get hit by as soon as you hit the ground before you have a chance to blink. So as a defensive item, Yules is not really that good this game.
A swift ending. Smoked up with Milan. J4 and 33 on the prowl. He's got that blink. He's got that initiation, and here we go. Straight in onto Madara. You have the follow through. The Ice Path, the damage coming out from this Macropyre and the physical from Swift Ending. Just take him apart, and they're not done yet. Jump forward from 33. Gets the lasso onto Skylark. A quick crit from Swift Ending. Secures a second kill. And things certainly seem to be falling apart big time for mouz Sports here now in Game 3. Spartan being chased down on the side. 33 blinks across to join in on the action as Chen hits the deck as well. Tier 2 to fall. And with a 9k gold lead, it's certainly looking to be a state of the game where you've got to ask yourself, how do mouz slow down this pressure and momentum the Planet Dog have? Swift ending in an incredible position. AC is going to be finished pretty damn soon. And they are now threatening the high ground with very little that mouz Sports can do to stop it.
I don't know if they actually get like the full set of racks. Tier 3 looks like it's going to be going down though.
Yeah, they have overwhelming odds. They have Sonic Wave. I think they should back.
I mean,
they still have
say
Aegis.
that,
They still have Aegis, and they still have Reincarnation. So it's almost like they have 2 Aegises because both of these cores can just stay in the front.
Can they bring them down once? That's the question. There's the change onto 2. BKB does come out from Thug. Kaiser falling low. Nice Sonic Wave amongst the midst of them all. Will take down the Reincarnation and the Bat Rider. Self-fuels here on the Ember, trying to play his way out of this. He throws out one Remnant. Madara already on the retreat on the sidelines. Throws down the walls. He's got to get himself out of it, but the slight interchange from Kaiser catching him off. He tries for the TP out. He's not going to make it. They've lost the Lycan. They have found 2 kills, mouz Sports, but still the big ones remain alive. Wraith Fire Blast onto Thug. The Hand of God comes through. Kaiser in the midst of it all. He's being caught out by the root. There's no Aegis, of course, on him. The Yule's up. He's trying to keep himself alive here. He's always still alive. Is he actually going to get out? He is. He's the Slight, the Flame God, Kaiser, able to walk it off. And mouz Sports end up losing the full lineup. Everyone down. Triple kill for Swift ending. And it really just feels like it's all too much for mouz Sports at this stage of the game, as they may just have to take it through to the next one. Planet Dog, their lineup and the way that they laned, and the fact that Swift ending just had the freest of games from the laning stage to this point. 8-3-11. It was, I mean, the Wraith King pick was perfect.
It got pretty much the exact opposite treatment of what I thought it was going to get.
He got the complete opposite treatment of what happened to his Terrorblade last game.
Yeah,
much.
exactly. It's so strange.
And now with the lasso onto Madara, things are going to get even uglier for mouz. Oh, I say that Spartan with a sweet save. Will take the Lycan back. He's not going to be able to save the racks, though. Melee Rex down on the bottom lane. Melee and ranged, of course, deleted from the middle. Planet Dog with a good structural advantage now, as AC is out and complete for Swift ending. He'll work towards that BKB next.
16,000 net worth on this Wraith King.
Yeah, it's really getting to the point where you say, how do you bring him down once, let alone twice in these fights? The items are just not there on the course. You know, we're still struggling to find that BKB on Madara's Lycan. Same to be said for Skylark. He has the Blink and an Ogre Club.
And you have a Chen support.
Yeah, it felt like, you know, as you said, Andy, that they needed to do something different early on, and they didn't. They're now at an 18k gold deficit, and their lineup just is not suited for coming back from this sort of position.
Yeah, Chen is not a comeback hero. Never has been. So when you like walk around the map, you try to apply pressure to lanes, get your kills. They got the safe lane tier 1 tower in like, what, 7 minutes? 8 minutes? I feel like that tower is super important in its own right because you're a Chen, but you kind of get locked into this one style of play where you're like completely tower driven. And I think that's the main reason why they ignored Swift ending. They were just like, nope, we need to get mid, we need to get top. We need to get those towers down. But even with those towers, the vision advantage is still kind of in the court of Planet Dog because they have Night Stalker and Bat. So normally when you kill towers, you get like this vision control and you get ways to invade the enemy jungle, and you can apply map pressure passively by just, you know, having them constricted to a smaller field of vision.
I think that's why it was a really good idea by Planet Dog to put the Wraith King in the bot lane.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I think mouz Sports' game plan was, I'm going to take that top tier 1 because I want access to the Radiant jungle. And so if Wraith King was there, then yeah, he was going to get pressured. But he was in the bot lane, and mouz Sports was like, yeah, whatever, not my problem.
Yeah, if that was the plan, then they're freaking geniuses, actually.
Yeah. Oh. If Swift ending crits one of his creeps, it's just gone.
Yeah, it disappears. That thing does unreasonable amounts of damage. It hits harder than coup de grace on creeps, right?
Yeah, it does.
Because it's only 450 at level 18, I think.
Yep.
Rosham back up in a minute and a half, and absolutely every reason for Planet Dog to play it safe if they wish and wait up the next stages and cheese. Really no pressure at all on this lineup now at this stage. With the commanding lead they have, 18k, closing up to 20. In a game where the recovery heroes are just not there on Mouse Sports lineup. They can do their best to prolong what seems to be inevitable, but that's not going to last long when you're getting your Quap solo picked off by Kaiser.
How did he solo die? He has a BKB. He used his BKB.
Oh, okay. Well, and you only used one remnant.
We'll forgive you, because I also did not see how he died.
I did not expect him to die.
Yeah.
I knew he was down there, of course. But I was like, hey, he's got BKB, he's fine. He was not fine.
I mean, all the credit in the world to Planet Dog. They played a phenomenal game.
Yeah, they have just blown Mouse Sports away.
Oh, Dire Courier. All right. Wait. Oh, who did that? MNT?
Prop.
MNT did it. All right.
Yep.
Well, here we go. Smoke up as they look to move towards their
BKB is going to be down when she buys back.
yeah,
if she buys
final
back.
set of racks. Can they do anything about this? It really feels like the resounding answer is a big fat no, as Planet Dog are just moving in for the Megas. What can they do? Skylark jumps forward. They throw out the Overgrowth, but immediately Skylark, he's just losing his own duel. They've lost the Legion Commander. They'll get the Thug buyback involved. He pops the BKB, but they've lost a second. GG, well played is called. It really is all over in this third game for Mouse Sports as Planet Dog doing it in style, doing it with the Wraith King swagger. As they now lead 2-1, one game away from that TI spot. And Mouse left on the rocks. They need those 2 victories at this stage of the game. And wow, I feel like we're probably not going to see the Chen again. It didn't feel, I mean, I
think the hero can work just in this situation. Like, the criteria of having the punishable lane didn't really exist. And it was picked solely to push buildings, and that's it. So if you compare what a Jakiro does versus what a Chen does, they both kind of want to push buildings. Jakiro obviously holds items a little bit better than a Chen. He applies less overall lane pressure, but he scales better. So they kind of had a hero that offered the same kind of benefit of Chen minus less lane pressure, who was still able to do a lot of stuff. Like J4 had some really good macro pyres that game. You know, while Swift Ending actually needed his help, he was there. And then as soon as they realized, hey, no one's ever coming to this lane, he just bailed and did other stuff too. Whereas, you know, Spartan was running around, he got the safe lane tower, he was helping his team push and stuff like that. But at some point, you just forgot that he was in the game. Yeah. You're just like, it's Chen creeps, and they just...
There was nothing he could do.
Swift Ending was expecting aggression. He actually leveled Reincarnation at 6, and you don't do that unless you will hold on to the skill point oftentimes.
Yeah, because you don't want to... It's a very long cooldown.
Right, and like if he was like, they're bound to gank me, but my team's gonna come anyway, so it's gonna be fine. But they just never can.
No, it was. I mean, it really was. It was crazy how much space he did get, and maybe Mouse Sports reflecting on the game will say, well, we maybe should try to do more with Spartan in that area of the map, because Swift Ending turned out to be a big old problem indeed. As Planet Dog with again one of these victories that we've seen them have earlier. They're very good at just crushing the laning stage and then just not slipping up. There was, I think, maybe one fight that looked okay for Mouse Sports in that game, but for the most of it, that was just on the up and up for Planet Dog. They didn't make mistakes in that game.
Their lineup was really good playing from ahead too, because like the vision control that we talked about, having a Bat Rider, you know, the mobility of the Ember, like there was so much just raw fighting potential. And you saw the way that they executed the game. As soon as they knew that Mouse were on the back foot, they're just fighting all the time. They're like, if your Chen's not getting to our buildings, you've lost this game. Like you can't push. And if the Chen falls off, then you're down a hero. And if you're down a hero, then well, we have this free farm Wraith King who has like 5 items, and your Lycan has like 2. You know, it's just a game-winning recipe. So they knew exactly what they had to do. They drafted very well. And they executed.
They really did.
It's the trifecta.
They really did.
Hallmark of a good team.
Well, as it stands, 2-1 at the moment for Planet Dog. They need 1 victory. Mouse Sports needing 2 to make it to TI. It's all heating up here. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have Game 4 at this best of 5 right around the corner between Mouse Sports and Planet Dog.